So bit of a disclaimer. Sorry if, like, the video, like, looks like trash. I just got a new phone and I'm still figuring out how to use it properly. And also, it has autofocus, but it's acting very wonky today. And also the lighting is bad and, shadows, but whatever. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about cheap products. So, when, like, you need something really quick, and you just go to Amazon, you type in, like, air conditioner, for example, and then you find a bunch of cheap shit, and you're just like, well, an air conditioner is an air conditioner, and it's the same kind of thing, like, what if you need some good old headphones? Well, then you're just gonna go on Amazon, type in headphones, and, like, look at all the great options there. And notice the sarcasm when I said great. I mean, look at these. These are like $10. And they're plastic special. Oh, gonna get them apart, please. Yeah. So I mean, they sound like children's percussion, like straight up. Always a great start, but the sound quality is absolute AIDS. I'm gonna attempt to record the way they sound, but yeah, these are just terrible. It didn't work. Sorry. And for $10, they're not worth anybody's money. So, that's an example of, like, a bad cheap product. But what if there's actually, like, something useful that you can get for dirt cheap? Well, what's something that everybody wants to do these days and that requires a lot of money to do? That's right, crack. I mean, gaming. Yeah, that's totally what I wanted to say. Yeah, gaming. Gaming requires a lot of money. I mean, the games themselves are about $60. The consoles are like $500. Getting a good computer. The software is expensive, especially frickin' Adobe Premiere. I hate you! And, it can be expensive. You're gonna have to get good at the games, equipment, and everything. Like, hey, I've been doing YouTube for 8 years, and let me tell you, it is not a cheap hobby. It is fucking expensive. If you want it to be. You can go with a bunch of cheap junk, like cheap microphones and whatnot, but dang it, I just want to record my console game so I can make great money off of GTA San Andreas, but I can't just put the disc into my computer. How do I record this? You need a capture card. Well, you go to the internet, you type in capture cards into Amazon, and oh boy, look at all these great expensive options. But then you scroll down, and what do you see? This, a 4K USB 3.0 capture card for $50? It's gotta be a lie, right? But no, here it is, actually functional. But then, GTA San Andreas was on the PS2. PlayStation 2 wasn't in HD. So that means you're gonna need another box, which I already took apart so that way we could look at in a sec. Don't spoil the treasures. So, let's talk about these. Keep in mind, I got this for $50, and this is competing against the Elgato HD60, which only records at 1080p, which is how they sucker people in with these, because it claims full K, man, oh, the full K, which I'm about to blow out of the water in a second. But let's talk about the AV converter first. So first things first, this thing, it's made okay. I mean, it's extremely light. It has no weight to it at all. But, it's cheap plastic all around. It gets scratched pretty easy. Oh, I forgot about those. Oh, this thing does work. And what does it look like on the inside? Well, yeah, here it is. It's just, get out. It's just a little tiny board with a single chip, which I think there's shmoo on it. Can I read the name? Microsilicon? I don't think the camera is gonna be even anywhere close to being able to read that. Yeah, it can't. Oh. But, it's just a little tiny, itty bitty motherboard. Oh, let me focus on the back. Oh. I hope that's just like shmoo or whatever. Can I clean that? I can clean that. That's... oh. Okay. Well, let's just put it back together. What is it? Oh, look at this on the inside. You can see little mold marks. That's how cheap this thing was. They put frickin' molding marks because they were too lazy to remove them. I did pay like $10 for this, so what was I expecting? Oh, then this goes back on like that. Oh, this thing goes back together terribly. Oh. There's also like no screws to save even more money. You just gotta like click it in. It doesn't click in very well. Oh, hold on, it's gonna clickety clack. This thing goes together terribly. Oh, I stopped recording on my microphone. Sorry about that. I didn't realize I stopped the recording on my mic. Get together, you idiot! I hate you! So I did all the clicks and pops off camera, and it turns out I actually did break it a little bit. There's now a chunk missing on the front, on which side there. There's now a chunk missing. But yeah, you get it. This thing weighs practically nothing at all. Why is my camera out of frame? So yeah, it weighs literally nothing. Like, they're literally about the same weight. Like, I'm not even kidding. Oh. So, it's cheap, but does it work? Yes, very well. In fact, let's test how good the port's grips are. So I just went and found some random ass composite cables. Let's see how well they actually like hold in there. Oh, look at that. That's disgusting. We're gonna use the other end. It's more presentable. Oh. Ooh. Ooh, that don't fit well. I wonder if these are just bent. Ooh. Ooh. Do they really fit that badly? Hold on. These are ones from a PS2. Oh, yeah, they fit like crap. I mean, they're in there. But, like, yeah, they fit like crap. But, yeah, they're in there. They just don't fit very well. So, overall, what would I rate this? I'd rate this an excellent. This is a great product. Genuinely, I use this. There's nothing else like it on the market. Yes, there is like higher end ones, but those ones are like quite expensive. And there's not like one from like Elgato or something. Also, I can get this apart really easily now. You know, it's not like that capture card, which we'll look at in a sec, where it's like, okay, yeah, obviously it's ripping off like an Elgato, but this is pretty much like its own thing. There's nothing else really on the market like it. It just hit the floor. So yeah, I'd honestly rate this, but now it's time to look at the big boy. This is the USB 3.0 HDMI video capture. Great name. Great freaking name. It's not filthy, it's just built like crap. So this guy can record at 4K! You know, it's got to advertise 4K! It's got to put that right on the front, just right in your eyeballs. And it's lies. It actually only records at 1080p 30, but I record in 720p 60 because the 30 FPS mode looks like crap. Here's a side-by-side comparison. Boom. Look at that. Wow, video editing skills. Woo. Okay, now get rid of them. Yeah, woo, talent. So, well, yes, it lies. It honestly does work pretty great. It's just plug and play, it works well, and they even give you a free cable. It's wow. And what? Dual USB-A? Could I focus on that, please, phone? Wow, dual USB-A. Something that actually wasn't supposed to exist, but ended up existing because of junk like this. Couldn't put USB-C on there, boys, but nah, you gotta put the full-size pooper on there, because then that way we have a cable, so we can plug two computers together and make the computer explode. Here's a visual metaphor of pooper dying. Oh man, just doing some work on my Windows computer. You already know. Oh, I gotta plug in my USB. Oh, there it is. Oh, I gotta do some printing. Oh, now I gotta get this one. Oh. Oh no, all my work is gone. Well, the fact the screen's not even turned on, but oh no, my work. Curse you, you stupid USB. So for those who didn't get it, because I didn't explain the joke very well, basically, the original USB patent made it so that way USB-A to USB-A didn't exist because you could plug two computers into each other and it would send positive electricity to the plus 5 volts, which would fry a whole bunch of shit in your computer. Not good! Don't ask me how I know! So, knowing that I own one of these forbidden cables, it kind of makes me happy. But yeah, you get the full-size dingus, which is like, okay, whatever. USB 3, though. Wow, back in my day, that didn't exist. Headphone jack. Oh, there's a fun story behind that. I hate you. So there's a fun story there that we'll get into. Microphone port. Whatever. Junk. HDMI input and output, and a very terrible lip. I mean... It's such a bad lip, I can physically have it get stuck by a screwdriver. Like, this is how it should be. Like, it doesn't get caught. This side... Like, that is terrible. So yeah, it's built pretty poor. It's... like, brushed... metal? I wouldn't say it's metal, because this is, like... This is proper metal. This is just, like, whatever. This is just terrible. Also, light... No weight to it, just... Oh, yeah, that's fun. So I had to tape one side up, and we're just gonna remove the tape to get in. And the tape didn't come off very well. Yeah, we go. Oh. It's like toast. Look at that. It's like those fancy wallets you see in those ads where it's like, oh, this is the last wallet you ever need. Oh, you need to get out your credit card. Oh, look at that. There's your credit card. Oh, but then your wife comes in. Well, you just hide it. Oh, you need to pay your bank debts. And there you go. There's your card. So, yeah, this is like, listen to that. Oh, yeah, it's got some snap to it, baby. So here's the board. It's another one of these, like, single chip boards, although that is terrible. You got your jacks, which won't focus because, they're so small. Wait, what? You can put it... Why is there open slots? This is for a chip. And this is for... What? Okay, so this board actually isn't complete. I wonder if they sell versions that are actually 4K, but they just put the 4K on the front. Because there's missing junk on this board. If anybody knows how to, like, mod one of these, send me the stuff so I can do whatever the mods on this does. Because, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, there's LEDs. Yeah, it's pretty simple. Let's put it back together. Does it just stick in? Does it just... Oh, there's little rails. Okay, well that makes my life easier. And there we go. And then we'll take this. I'm gonna peel off this scotch tape. It's just terrible. We're gonna use electric tape because it's black and it'll fit. It goes this way. Yes. Oh, it even stands up. What a good boy. Dingus. There you go. That's on there very well. And it actually kind of blends in. Perfect. So yeah, what do I think of this thing? Well, it's honestly pretty okay. I mean, it's built like, oh, what the heck. And, I'm gonna put up some footage of it right now. In the highest quality. There's gonna be no audio. But yeah, here's some footage. Honestly, it's okay for the money. Now, obviously, you can get like an Elgato for like $50 more if you go used. But... I mean, it's okay. One thing to keep in mind, there is a delay. There's about a 30 millisecond delay. No big deal. Most capture cards do. The easiest way I'd recommend if you're going to buy this is start recording with your microphone. And, like, get this. And then literally just... do that and sync the audio up with the clicks. And then everything should be fine. I did that for my Super Paper Mario video, and as you can see, everything's all in time except for when the crappy phone cut out. But, I mean, it works. It works fine. It's okay. Now for a fun story. So yeah, headphone jack. This isn't a problem with the product, but it also kind of is. So, I don't have the manual anymore, but the original manual never mentioned the fact that the audio does not come through, it records USB, HDMI audio, but you have to actually select a sound device to record the audio, which is actually pretty normal for devices like these. You have to select something to record, because you're not just going to plug it in, all of a sudden it knows what it's doing. You have to select something. It never said that in the manual. I just assumed I'd plug it in, and then boom, magically it starts recording through my, my speakers. I just select my speaker sound device, and then it starts recording. No, I ended up buying a whole fucking audio interface like that. What do you think this thing's from? This is from a $50 audio interface, which was a piece of junk, and I fucking hated it. And you know what? Let me show you my great purchase I ended up having to make afterwards. Because I assumed that this thing needed that, I ended up buying this, the Behringer Euphoria. It's a great interface and all, same one that PewDiePie uses, which I can now flex people on, even though it's a $32 interface. But still, I now own a interface, which I didn't actually even need. I didn't need this the whole time. I actually made my audio worse. Not because of this guy, because of the old one. The Super Mario video's audio is actually worse because I went through the crappy interface, which had a bunch of hum and buzz to it, which if I can find any old examples and files, I will definitely put them in the video. A few disclaimers, like always, I'm using a shitty audio interface, which, if you listen, there is I'm gonna turn down my headphones. There is a buzzing in the audio, and, I mean, if I put it back to the settings I had it at, it's not too bad, but it's still a little bit there. Review of the Behringer soon. I can't do a review on it yet because I don't have an XLR mic. Sucks to suck, but whatever. Good interface though. But yeah, that's it. So thank you guys so much for watching. Sorry if this video was not what you were expecting for a first video in this style. Obviously go sub to Dank Pods. He's obviously the one who inspired this video. Obviously I'm not ripping him off because I'm not straight up naming myself Dank Pods and claiming this is an original thing, unlike some YouTube channels out there. And also, Mike, I'm going to cover things he's not really going to cover. I mean, well, yes, I could cover a video about an iPod. I won't. That's his thing. But, like, with this, he hasn't made a video talking about cheap capture cards. So I can make a video about this in his style, because technically it's not copying if they haven't made a video about it. It's like with Scott the Woz. I'm not going to make a video about We Play, because he already did. But if I made a video about the entire Just Dance series in the style of Scott, then yeah, I can do that, as long as you're not ripping them off completely, using their jokes or whatever, which I kind of did in this video, doing the whole man thing. So good. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.
I'm not a fan of puppeteers, but ever nagging fear someone else is pulling on the string. Something terrible is going down through the entire